Welcome back. It's still Morning Rush on Metro Television. It's time for us to talk health, and Dr. SHERIF Okyeere is an alternative medical practitioner with Army Scientific Herbal and Alternative Medical Hospital. And today we are looking at female infertility. I think last year we spoke about fertility in men. Today we are going to talk about female. Oftentimes when a couple have problems, they tend to blame each other. We've already spoken about the men. This one we're going to talk about female. Doc, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
I'm good.
Really
We are twinning. I think there's yellow in yours. There's yellow. But your outfit looks good.
Thanks so much.
Doc, let's talk about infertility. Let's establish what exactly infertility is.
Yes.
And then let's move on to, how common is it in females? Yeah.
Yes, I think for the past week the concentration has been
female from 5
women.
Yes.
I learned not quite long ago there were some international women.
Yes, much.
Yes, so maybe that is what is.
That is why we're talking about women. That's okay.
But infertility is inability for a couple to conceive or a woman to get pregnant after trying for a period of 12 consecutive months. That is for a year.
Okay.
You've actually programmed yourself that, okay, you do all the necessary things that will get someone pregnant, but you've been trying all these while and it's not coming.
Yeah.
It is quite common, you understand, because lately you see couple, come into the hospital with some of these complaints that they've been trying. It is common to the extent that even people who are married for just 6 months will just walk into the hospital.
That they can.
Yes, they've been trying. And last I was telling them, you don't qualify for the definition of infertility, because the definition states it emphatically that after 12 consecutive months. So if you are still trying after 6 months, then you still don't qualify. But, they were like, oh, dog, you're penning term, we have to, get things done and all those things. But it is actually trying to conceive for 12 consecutive months, that is for a year. And not being able to get pregnant. That is when you can be classified as having challenges with your fertility or having, infertility problems.
Is it really a women's problem?
No, it is couple problem.
Okay.
You understand? Because apart from Mary in the Bible, there hasn't been any instance that either a man alone or a woman alone has been able to get pregnant. It takes the effort of a man and a woman to be able to conceive. Even with people who do what we call assisted, fertility, treatments. You understand? The IVF and all those things. You definitely need something from the man and something from the woman to be able to complete these processes. So it is a problem that has to do with the two, the man and the woman.
Okay.
But then, in our setting, when a couple is having issues with fertility and all those things, we tend to always blame the women. That has been the norm. But, research has made it clear that if a couple is not able to get pregnant or having issues with fertility, mostly the problems are shared between the two. Men take half, women take half. And at some point, even, petty things that the two do could even predispose them in getting some of these problems. So the problem is not solely on our women. As men, we also have
that responsibility
parts to play when it comes to these fertility issues.
Now, I'm so glad Doc has cleared this notion.
No, but okay, well, I think things have changed down a little bit, just a little bit of it. where we've now come to know that the men also are at fault, or
have fertility problems.
Issues also.
Quite recently, I had a case. There's this couple who came to the hospital. Apparently, the man got married for about 6 years, couldn't get babies. The marriage couldn't stand, and he's now gotten married again after the first divorce. And when they came first, he was like, "Oh, dog, we've been married for like 2 years. So I want you to check the wife. I want you to check my wife for me." So we did all the things that we have to do. We did the scan, we did a couple of tests and all those things. So I asked the man, "Have you also taken a card to recheck?" He said, "Oh, dog, I don't have any problem. I'm okay." I said, "Okay." So I was trying to, inquire about previous, histories, and that was when I realized he actually got married earlier and never had any child.
No, but how did you know you're okay?
How did you know? So when I asked him to get a card, we checked, we did the semen test. To my surprise, this man had 0 sperm count, 0. So the semen that was presented, there was nothing inside, nothing, 0, nothing. It was just fluid that is coming out. You understand? And when this man came, I had a conversation with him, and I encouraged him try and told him that he needs to be serious about the treatment, because if not, there's no way he's going to.
He can get anyone pregnant.
And these are some of the problems that happens, especially with men who are sexually strong. I mean, in terms of having sexual encounter, they are able to do it without any problem whatsoever. They see themselves as, I'm strong. I'm sexually active and all those things. So so what is this thing? And these are some of the issues that
happen. I think generally, of course, it's a topic that we always shy away from growing up, and so it's what you grow with, and the idea that so far as you're able to do it correctly, it means that you are the man in that case. But also, is it that couples nowadays, I don't know if that used to happen, do not talk about these things? That, okay, but worry, we'll do this thing, and even older folks or doctors should even make them aware that this is infertility and blah, blah. This is how it could happen in the space. So that when it happens, it does not become a surprise to them, and then they know how to work, to correct it.
Yes, I think it's a very important, issue that you've just raised, because it is one of the things that, as people who probably would want to get married, they are in the process of getting married, should pay particular attention to. Not just the fertility. What happens to people who even having issues with their genotypes and all those things? Couples giving birth to sickling, children and all those things. So it is very, very important. And I think it's one of the things that, our societies, our churches and all those things should
talk about.
Yes, because it's one of the things that you need to do. You have to even check before you get married, because you don't know what you are getting yourself into. The moment you get married and these issues starts coming, it becomes a huge problem for the marriage. And there are a lot of marriage that has broken down and all those things as a result of some of these things. And if, for example, in the early stages of preparation and all those things, all these things were established earlier, I think it would have helped a little bit. You understand? So it is very, very important that if you want to get married, these are one of the things that you need to pay particular attention to. Because in our societies, if you get married, it is not even the couple alone. The families
even expecting,
calculating for you. It will be like,
and that's something so bad.
Yes.
The society in top pressure, my couples.
The way we come to say this one, say that.
And then they'll be like, that's more.
You see, I said,
I told you, I went to my cousin's wedding, and after a year, a family member called, Ochre. What's this now? Worry at you. Now, okay. You see, so
me,
yes.
I know somebody who is like that.
Yes.
Then the person is always on somebody's neck. Even recent, I was like, but your friend got married last 2 years.
You see?
Has he given birth? So I told my friends and I told my friend that as soon as he's asking if he's giving birth, what should I tell the person? But then, dog, you see the way a man can check and the way when couples want to get married, they have to check their genotype, check maybe other disease and things. If a man is checking the sperm count, what can a woman check? Is it you're checking your eggs?
Yes.
Or you're checking if your embryo is fine?
Yes. So you can do a scan to see the patency of your tubes.
Okay.
To check the uterus if it's fine, if it's patent, and all those things. You can check your ovaries to see if the ovaries are in good shape.
Okay.
You can do a hormonal test to see how the hormones are faring and all those. So all these are some tests that can be done for women in terms of their fertility and all that.
But does age impact a woman's fertility?
Yes, it is very, very important.
And what range? Because some of us.
So ideally, after age 35, your rate decreases. You understand? Your chances of getting pregnant and having a safe pregnancy period and all those things decreases. Yes, and there has been research that shows that people who get pregnant after 35, say 40 and all those things, they have a lot of complications, a lot of issues with their pregnancies and all those things than people who are below those ages. So of course, yes, age is very, very important when it comes to fertility.
Okay, so if you just okay, of course we're talking about female infertility, so she's all right. So whoever is controlling or holding her,
you know why I'm laughing? You see, when we enter into a new year, there's this video on social media that trends. Like, let's say those who were born in 1993, 1994, 1995. And so the age, the year and the age will be running away from each other. While the year is going, the age is following.
So at this point, let me re-echo that whoever has to do this thing, please make sure you do.
I can get you a mega.
Anyway, Doc, let's talk about your outfits and and how people can get there if they've got any of these issues.
Yeah. Yes. So. Amen Scientific Herbal and Alternative Medical Hospital. We have a term that we use for such children. We call them Amen babies. By God's willing, we've had a lot of Amen babies.
Amen babies.
People are getting twins. Some are getting triplets.
That's no one's that.
The one is countless. Yeah. So if you are watching us and your problem has to do with fertility. Either you're a woman or a man or a couple trying to conceive and it's not coming, I entreat you to come to Amen Scientific Herbal and Alternative Medical Hospital because we have the solution for you. Yes, we have the solution for you. This is not a word of mouth. We have
it's proven.
This is not to go explain evidence
straight.
If you're having issues with fertility, either a woman or a man, this man I was talking about that had 0 sperm count. He's on treatment that we are hoping after 6 months we'll do the test again. And we've done it before. So if you're having any issue, if it has to do with your tubes, it has to do with your ovaries, your hormones.
Anything that is
not working.
Just go to Amen.
Come to Amen Scientific Herbal and Alternative Medical Hospital.
The numbers are on your screen. Do well to call and you'll be directed to any of the branches across the country. They've got all the branches everywhere across the country, but in Accra, you can find them
at Domin Flats, close to the rail line, and Lashibi Klagon, close to the Ashamai Underbridge.
Definitely. So please put in that call and Amen will sort it out for you. They say Allah Shafi.
Yes, Allah Shafi. God is the healer.
Okay. Doc, thank you very much for coming.
You're welcome.
Morning.
So it's a
so
pleasure.
I'm taking over the baton from Nanaya. She's thinking about her life right now.